How y'all, and welcome back to another episode of KCG Plays. My name is Kevin, and today we are playing another challenge here on Look Be a Landlord. So this is the second of the two challenges that Stephanie submitted, so thanks very much for that. This is the anti-social challenge, and it's very much like opposite of our last challenge. So in the last challenge, the social butterfly, we had to take every face, and in this challenge we are only allowed one face at a time. So we can take a face, we can't have to keep it, and then we can remove it, but until we remove it we can't take another face. So simple enough rules. I think this one should be slightly easier. It rules out a few strategies like cultist and a lot of the consumers, but there's still a good number of strategies that should work with it. And also this is probably going to be the last video. The update is happening very soon, in 2 or 3 hours I believe. So this will be the last video on this update, and then tomorrow we'll have a brand new video with the new update, looking at the changes and then diving into some runs. And I'm looking forward to seeing that. Hopefully there might be a few more floors added, and looking forward to see what changes. Let us know what changes you are hoping for just before it comes out. So as all challenges, we will start on floor number 1, and let's jump right into it. So only one face allowed. Okay, we could go for a cats kind of build. Now witches aren't going to work, but cats can still be decent. There's a few items that work well with them. A flower build would obviously be grand. That's not affected by the challenge at all. So 2 bees. Starting it off quite well, but it does require getting at least 1 and probably 2 suns. Now I'm not going to take a pinata because I'm not going to take a toddler. Wanted poster, I probably won't be taking any thieves, so that's pretty useless. I will take reroll because I have a dice, although I think it moves the average from 2 to like 2.4 or something. I don't particularly want a mine. I'll take an owl just because I don't want either of the other 2. Here I will take a mouse. So the question will be, will we take a dwarf? I will take an urn, or will we hold out and hope for a geologist or diver or something like that as a scaling option. A dwarf is quite good but doesn't have great scaling. Luckily we can pick up a mouse and a monkey, they're not affected. Void creature, I am deciding that it does count as a face, but it will be destroyed straight away, so it's not a problem. I think by taking happy hour I will take a dwarf. So I can't take bounty hunter because I still do have void creature, which I didn't foresee. I'll take a peach. So until that destroys itself, we can't pick up another face. I'll take another cheese. Okay, well, void creature is now gone, so that's happy enough. And I'll pick up a second mouse. Hopefully they'll both hit the cheese. No such luck. Okay, a monkey I'm happy with. And a third cat. We're really banking on finding lucky cat to make those, or something to make those cats pay off. Okay, Matryoshka doll, I think that does count as a face. That's how we were playing it in the first challenge, and that's how we were playing it. That's how we will play it in this one. Zara's contract is pretty useless to me, completely useless, because while I could take a bounty hunter, I couldn't take any faces for him to destroy. So 3 bees, okay, another flower or 2 maybe. Most of these things are decent, so I'll take a seed. The other thing we can remember, well, we should remember, is that a coal is okay. We'll get a lot more removal capsules on this run than we're used to. I'll take a crab as it has some scaling potential. So we can take maybe slightly suboptimal picks early on with the expectation that we can remove them later. That's the big difference between playing on floor number 1 and floor number 9. Let's re-roll this and look for a bronze arrow. I'm always happy with Pizza the Cat. With the cats we have is quite a large increase, 2 to 3 every turn. So that's quite nice. Here I'll re-roll this and I'll take a second crab. It may be slightly too late for a crab build, but on the other hand, I've never actually gotten a crab build to work. Okay, let's remove the Kine. That doesn't have much synergy with anything. There's a few items that can make it good, and King Midas obviously. Okay, will a buffing capsule be worth more than 10? To be honest, probably not. So let's take a wealthy capsule. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It would have given me an extra 6, so wealthy capsule was the correct choice there. Okay, do we want another mouse? I don't think so. Are we going to make... Okay, we should make the next rent payment another crab. That will bring us up to 3 crabs. So we're starting to hit... I reckon you need about 4 or 5 before they kind of hit critical mass. Let's remove the cherry. Okay, we made the 225 rent payment with 23 left over. So here I'll take a coconut. And here I will take... We could take Ricky the banana, but Quigley the wolf is also excellent. Did we pick up? We did not pick up that spades the last time. Let's re-roll and let's pick up an item capsule. There's still a few common items that could kind of define our run. The lucky 7 is not one of them, but okay, excellent hits there on these 2 monkeys. Okay, that should mean that we make our next rent payment easily enough. 4 spins, we need about 40, just under 40. Cultist obviously not a good strategy for this run. I'll take another coconut and let's remove the pearl so that we stay on 25 symbols. Okay, monkey's eaten up, which will should definitely secure our next rent payment, hopefully. Not by much now, I have to admit. We need 25 on this turn. 42, so we went over by a bit, but we definitely need some kind of scaling option. Now, a witch. So we have one face allowed. Is the witch going to be it? Yeah, it would improve our cats. It would improve our 1 owl. Okay, let's go with witch and lucky cat. We could go with another bee for our flowers, and let's remove the... We'll keep the urn just in case we manage to find somewhere breaking it. So this is now decent. I think the... What's our worst symbol? Probably one of the mice, is it? Or one of the monkeys? Probably one of the monkeys. Okay, which is helping out. Only 27 per roll though, which isn't great. We definitely need these diamonds to break and give us something. We can't pick up the hooligan because we already have a witch, so we'll need some other way of breaking urns. Basically just need the we need the item. Okay, this is... The wolf is worth 3, so it's worth having. Okay, some good hits there on the crabs. Big urn is worth 2, so it's decent. Unfortunately, This rent payment is not looking likely. Let's take a hexit. But I think it's actually impossible for us to get 100 in this rent payment. Alright, so we didn't make it. We just didn't, I think. Early crab, sure. I don't actually know if I've seen anyone make the crab build work, but in theory it should be quite strong. Let's take a mouse, and it'd be nice to make it work. And this seems like a perfect challenge for it. We could take a beer, and if I'm offered a dwarf, I will pick it up, I think. Let's take the coconut half, and let's take happy hour. Let's take another beer. They're worth 2 each, so they're not too bad early on. Cultist obviously completely useless to us. Let's take the peach just because it's worth 2. And here we could take a dog in the hope perhaps of finding Quigley the Wolf again. It's a pretty common item. Let's take another crab, try and get this crab build working. We made the 50 rent payment with no trouble. Here a void stone I think is quite good, and Quigley the Wolf definitely helps with this dog. Okay, so Quigley the Wolf and moons could be a viable strategy here. I don't want any of these, so let's skip. Some decent crab hits. Let's take a coal, is better than nothing. And another dog I'm happy with. Here let's take a dwarf to clean up these beers. And we made the 100 rent payment, 81 left over. This run is looking decent so far, so we can't take either of these. Don't particularly want an orange. 5-sided die on average is quite good. Let's take a fish tank. That'll usually end up having 3 or 4 fishes in it by the end of the run, which is decent. Let's take another dog. Okay, we've definitely making the next rent payment. Let's re-roll and pick up a target, I guess is okay. I would add, do I have a monkey on this run? I don't. I would add arrows to this run, so target is decent. Okay, here I'll take another coal. I keep on going back and forth on coal, whether it's good or not. They just take so long to pay off. And then by late game, I think on floor 9, by late game, of course, if you get a diamond straight on, that's great. They don't, like, they're good on late game, don't get me wrong, but they don't have many scaling options with the exception of Dame and arrows. So unless you kind of build into them, I don't know. I think 1 or 2, like on the whole, I think they are good, but I've lost a lot of runs where I picked up coal is basically what I'm saying here. Okay. Doesn't stop me picking them up though. I mean, it'd be nice actually if someone was able to definitely say, yes, you should always pick up coal before this rent payment, or no, you shouldn't. But as that hasn't happened, I'll take another wolf. And we made that rent payment easily. This run is looking like it could be the one. Let's take a buffing capsule, should be worth more. Oswald the Monkey versus Rusty Gear. Rusty Gear should be worth more with the amount of wolves and even diamonds that we have if they end up together. Let's get rid of nothing so far. Okay, I'll take another dog, should be worth more than the 5-sided dice. Let's get rid of the kine, let's get rid of the cherry. Moons are obviously what we're looking for here. The question is, would I take a dame? I have the goldfish bowl. And the other question is when I should remove the dwarf. I think I will at some stage remove it, probably before one of the rent payments, so I have the highest chance of finding a good rare. But for now, it's doing okay. So let's skip this. We are well ahead of the rent payment, so don't need to worry. Rusty gear is definitely helping out. Let's take a coconut half for the monkey. And here, would we take another flower? I don't think so. Let's skip this. We now have 2 diamonds, which is excellent. 61 per spin. Can't complain with that this early on. 350 now due in 8 spins. We're only 70 off. I'll take a silver arrow, is excellent. Now black pepper, this run will probably not destroy that many items, so I think yellow pepper might be better. It doesn't have a lot of consumables. Cheese is good. We still have empties, so there's no need to remove anything yet. I like to stay under 25 because you always have at least enough empties to bring you up to 25. Now here's a question, is coal still worth taking? As we have an empty, I think so, but I think we're approaching the borderline of possibly not. Let's take a hustling capsule as we are so far ahead of rent. Unless hustling capsule stops me making a rent payment, I generally always take it. I don't want any of these, so let's skip. I like to keep my rerolls for rent payments so I can get, because you're guaranteed to get better items. As it goes up, your chances of getting rares at rent payments go up until I think maybe payment 6 or 7 you always get at least 1 rare, although I could be wrong about that, but eventually you're guaranteed to get all rares. There goes the target. So 425 now due in 8 spins. We already have the next rent payment, which is an excellent sign. Let's re-roll for something better. I don't want a beehive. I don't mind another target, and a grave robber is decent. So let's take out the flower. We're not doing a flower build in this run. Our diamonds are doing great. Rusty gear definitely helping out. Do I want a removal capsule? I have 3. I'm not really using them, so let's take a, what was that, buffing capsule? I forget what it was I picked. Oh, wealthy capsule. I knew it was something to do with money. So 4 diamonds now. So we should be in a great position from now on. Let's take another chemical 7. Let's skip this. We do have some empties. Is it time to remove the dwarf, I wonder? We have 2 crabs already, so I could take another crab. They're definitely not contributing much to this run, but every little helps, and we still do have empties. We should be getting a new diamond fairly soon. Sun, we did remove the flower, so not this run. I'm happy with another target, and lucky dice is excellent with our 5-sided die. Let's take out the dwarf, and that will leave us open. We have plenty of money. I'm pretty sure we have our next rent payment already. Yeah, we do. So I'm not worried about that. So that will allow us to pick up maybe a Beastmaster, maybe a Dame, whichever one we see first. And at the moment, we're just cruising to a victory. We're already getting over 70 per turn, so we've basically already won this. Pretty much. Do I have grave robber? I do, so let's take a big urn. And let's skip this. Rusty gear doing great work with these diamonds and even these wolves. Lots of benefit from rusty gear. We have 2 targets. Who knew? I'll take another item capsule. We don't need the cheese. Don't particularly need the... Oh, it gives, I suppose it gives 3 most turns, so it's not too bad. Just skipping pretty much everything at this stage. Let's pay up 575 easily. We have 885 left over, so 625 due in 9 spins, and we already have that. Let's reroll. I'll take a tomb, and here I don't want any of these, so let's take ninja and mouse, I guess. They're all useless, but well, I'm not going to say that one's the least useless because they're all useless. Okay, we should have a rake of tombs in the deck. I'll take a white stone, and let's remove. I think these crabs are probably our worst items at the moment. Worst symbols. We have quite a lot of symbols, don't we? A lot of them are, oh yeah, just because we have 9, 22. Okay, so once we get rid of all these spirits, we'll have a much more reasonable number of symbols. Here I've removed the dwarf, so I don't need any of these. And I do still have a monkey, so coconut half is still okay. Not great, but okay. I'll take an item capsule just to fill out my items. Mining pick, okay, that's not going to be used. I'll take a cheese, is better than a coconut half. Here I don't want any of these. Let's skip it. Do I have lucky cat? I don't, that was the last run. And here I don't want any of these. This run was won back in payment number 6, I think. Definitely once I got rusty gear and these diamonds hatched. Spawned? I guess silver arrow. That's useless to me, that's useless to me. So blue pepper, also useless to me, but slightly less useless. I probably should have taken the uncommon one there, actually, come to think about it. Another diamond? Okay. We have nothing improving our rarity, so I don't know where all these diamonds are coming from. Let's check inventory. Do we have... Okay, there's no symbol for coal. I don't think it's hatched, and I don't think it's spawned. Produced? Once the diamonds were produced from the coal? Trying to think of what the right word there would be. Uncovered from the coal would make transformed. Once the diamonds were transformed from the coal. Do we have 20 more rent payments? Nah, let's take the big urn. It's unlikely we would see that. We might, but it's unlikely we would. Big urn, just a solid investment. Let's skip all these. Okay, let's take another chemical 7. Sure, why not? $2.24. Let's not take another coal. A 3-sided dice is worth 3, which I guess is decent because we have some empties left. I suppose it's as good as the dwarfs, and not the dwarfs, the wolves, except it doesn't have the possibility of being hit by rusty gear, so slightly worse than the wolves. I'll take another dog. Okay, and we made that rent payment. 1,900 left over, completely destroying that rent payment. And do we have lockpick? We do have lockpick. Okay, take treasure chest. So I guess Oswald the monkey does give us some benefit, but this challenge already won with the amount of diamonds we got for some reason. Let's... bronze arrow is okay. Do we have any improving cats? We don't. So let's remove the cats. Let's Take a cheese. Let's take out these 2 cats. Okay, getting about 100 per spin, which I'm happy enough with. If we added a few dames into this run, it would definitely go quite far into endless, I would say. A few Beastmasters. Moons, of course, is something we could add in the Spirit of Challenge and would definitely make this run incredible. Okay, and let's re-roll and let's take a cheese, I guess. And let's skip this. I could have taken the fish for the fish tank. Completely forgot I had it there for a minute. Let's, I guess, do we have empty spaces? We do. Let's take an urn. There's a wolf that's worth 18, as big as the diamonds. These silver hours, just excellent. This diamond, 54 by itself. And the 777 rent payment, we won with 2,717 left over. And this time your landlord was used as fertilizer. So thanks very much, guys. I hope you enjoyed watching that. It was a great challenge. Definitely different from the first one, complete opposite, and I think easier than the first one. I think the take all faces challenge, definitely the hardest of the two, unless you get lucky with being offered loads of cultists. Maybe you just fill your deck up with quite a lot of not great symbols, because most of the faces, while they destroy items and give you money, they're only worth 1 or 2 themselves. But this challenge, a lot of fun, a very, very interesting run, just a crazy amount of diamonds. We got offered 2 diamonds as diamonds, which is bananas, particularly as we don't have any items that improve our item rarity, and one of them was pretty early on, like rent payment 5, I'd like to think. So yeah, I'm happy with this run. It definitely went a bit mad. We won in a manner that was in the spirit of the challenge without like making one face giant or anything. So I hope you guys enjoyed that. If you did, give us a like, subscribe to see more. The update should be out in a few hours, so tomorrow's video will be with the new update, as I said, and I'm excited to see what new changes there will be, and I hope to see you in that one, guys. Until then, cheers for now.